Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Welcome to Sewing with Joy Designs. This is my beginner bobbin lace series, Mastering the Basics. In this first video, we're going to be going over whole stitch and half stitch. This is a very short sampler to really get those two basic stitches mastered. And then in the next videos, we'll be adding on to those skills and learning more based off of this first video. So this first video is very important. This first one has 6 pairs of bobbins, and you really don't need very much thread wound on any of them. For all of these, I'm going to be using about 20 inches, but this first one you could probably get away with a little bit less. This pattern will be linked in the description on Etsy, GoImagine, and my website, sewingwithjoy.com. I have a smaller size for sewing thread. I'm using Gutermann sewing thread. There's a bigger size included for crochet thread. So use what you have and let's get started. This is the whole stitch and half stitch practice pattern. We're going to start with pins in each of these holes and 6 bobbins wound up. On each pin, we will hang one of the pairs of bobbins. I didn't put very much thread on any of these because it's a very short piece. So I maybe have 20 inches on each individual bobbin. I'm going to hang one on each pin. You'll see a 1 up here with each of these except this one. And that is going to be our worker pair. It's going to be the one that goes back and forth across these, and the rest of these are just going to come straight down. In the half stitch section, it will get a little bit messed up, or a little bit mixed up, but not too much, and it's still so short it doesn't matter. So this one has a little bit more thread on it. You really aren't going to need a lot for this. And that one I'm going to hang on this pin that says 2, and I'm going to hang it to the left. Now, each of these are going to get a twist, right over left. Okay, now we are going to work this worker pair, orange, across all of these. I'm using a different thread color for each pair of bobbins so you can see what's going on with the different pairs. But you can use all the same color, a mix, whatever you want. Having each color or each thread be different isn't that important. I'm going to lengthen this just a little bit more. Do that by turning it on its side and rolling it down. And it can come, that releases the hitch so that it can come down a little bit further. Okay, we're going to start with these two right here on this first pin. To do cloth stitch, we're going to cross left over right, and then we're going to twist right over left and left over right. That is going to create the over-under pattern. Now we will go, we're always working with 2 pairs of bobbins at a time. Now that we've worked through the purple one, we'll set that to the side, and the orange can now go through the green one. Crosses are always from one pair of bobbins to the next, going left over right, and twists are always within these pairs of bobbins. And once the bobbin has crossed, now this is a pair and this is a pair. So we've got right over left, finish it off, the last cross, left over right. And this one aside. I'll keep going through these. This is going to give you a lot of practice. Cross, twist, cross. And the hope with these patterns is that you will get really good at these basics. And if you get good at the basics, you can do anything and learn anything with bobbin lace. Cross, twist, cross. Cross, twist, cross. Now that we've come through all of these, when we get to the end, we're going to give the worker pair a twist. We're going to take our pin and we're going to go in between these two pairs. And we're going to pin right in this hole. And that gives us something for the thread to tension on as we come back this way. When we go back, we'll be doing the exact same stitch in the exact same way. Cross, twist, cross. Now since we're coming back to the left, we're done with this one and we move on to the next bobbin to the left. Cross, twist, cross. Keep moving through them. Cross, twist, cross. Cross, twist, cross. Cross, twist, cross. Twist at the end. Pin. Hold these down. You can see that all of our passive pairs are coming straight down, and this orange is the one that is going back and forth. We're weaving the orange through these. Keep going. Cross, twist, cross. 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 Twist the worker pair at the end. Pin in between the two. And come back. I'm going to keep working this all the way down until we get to this horizontal line. And that's where we're going to switch to half stitch. I'll put a timestamp in the bar down below so that you can skip to the half stitch section if you'd like, or you can keep working on your whole stitch while I finish up the rest of this whole stitch section. Every once in a while you can just kind of gently tug on these to pull the thread straight. Give them good tension. Now that we've got lots of practice doing cloth stitch, I hope that you're feeling more confident in your ability to do that. And we are ready to move on to half stitch. If you have not completed the cloth stitch version, pause the video and meet me back here when you have gotten to this horizontal line so we can do half stitch together. Okay, starting the half stitch. It starts the exact same as the cloth stitch. We're going to do cross, twist, but instead of finishing that cloth stitch or hole stitch, you are going to just do the cross and the twist. So leave this last cross off. Your worker is going to separate, but we're going to do the same movement where we take the bobbin on the left over to the side and we bring in the next bobbin on the right because we are moving to the right. Cross, twist, bobbin off to the left, and bring in from the right. Cross, twist, to the left, in from the right, cross, twist, cross, twist. Now you already have a twist on this outside pair. I like to add an extra twist just to keep things consistent with adding an extra twist on the side doing hole stitch. Hole stitch and cloth stitch are interchangeable terms. Now all of these should be crossed. See, or it should be twisted, I mean. You can see on each of these that they're all twisted. It'll be easier to start seeing what half stitch does for us as we work a couple more passes. So now we'll go back to the left. Cross, twist, set this one over to the right, and pull in from the left, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, and twist the outside pair. Half stitch is not harder in that it has more going on because you're actually doing a little bit less with that, the lack of the last cross, but it's harder because it's harder to keep track of where your bobbins are going and harder to make sure that you are doing what you want to be doing. We're just going to keep going back and forth. Cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, extra twist on the outside. Pin in the next hole right here. We bring all of these down straight and start to see that it looks much different from up here. That is the result of half stitch. So we're going to do the same thing. We'll keep working hole stitch. We'll go back and forth all the way down this pattern, get lots of practice. I'll keep working and we'll meet back here at the bottom to finish this piece off. If you twist this outside pair twice, it means that this bobbin right here is the one that's continually going back and forth, and the other ones change. If you choose to just keep the one twist on the outside, then it changes. So up till now, the same orange has gone back and forth the whole way. You can also just do the one twist on the outside, which is also very common. Now this yellow is the one that is going all the way across. And coming back, it will be this green. That is the result of doing an extra twist on the outside, should you choose to. We're on our last pass of the half stitch. And pin. And that is what our whole stitch and half stitch sampler will look like. Now I want to show you, if you make a mistake and want to back up, the easiest way is just to reverse your work. So here we can see that we have the twists and the crosses. So we will undo the twist going left to right and undo the cross going right to left. That's done that. So if you ever need to back up, just slowly undo your work, always looking at the threads to see what's going on. It can feel really overwhelming if you've messed up and feel like it's just a big mess, but if you look at where the threads are, you can untangle back to a point where you can figure out what is going on. Lots of ways to end bobbin lace for this. Since it's just a sampler and it's not a cool looking bookmark or anything fancy, just going to give us a little bit of length on all of these bobbins. I'm going to cut across all of these. Set all the bobbins to the side. I'm going to take all of these threads, loop them around, all of ends through, be a little bit easier if I left the ends a little bit longer. So you can take a pin, put it in that loop to just move it up near the base, and we're done. Normally you'd leave base on your pillow overnight, but this is just a sample, so I'm going to take the pins out right away to show you. Leaving it on the pillow overnight helps the threads to relax and to settle into the position that you've put them in, and it makes lace look just a little bit nicer. There's our finished sampler. I'm going to turn this over so you can see it on the plain white. We have our cloth stitch or hole stitch, where our passives are just going straight down and the worker is woven back and forth between them, and our half stitch. Up till here we have the orange going, the one orange that's going back and forth, being a continual worker, and that was with 2 twists on the edge. And then we switched to 1 twist on the edge, and that changed the worker thread on each pass. This one, the worker thread is a set of bobbins, but with half stitch, it's 1 bobbin that goes across a whole pass. It's not important to know, but it can be helpful to keep track of making sure you're doing it right. And that's it. That is how to do the whole stitch and half stitch. This is a really good practice to get really good at the whole stitch and half stitch so that you can do anything else in bobbin lace. Thank you for watching my video about how to do a whole stitch and half stitch. I hope that you feel confident in those skills and that it has been a good practice for you. Let me know in the comments how this pattern went for you, and make sure to catch my next one where we will move on and learn torsion ground. Thanks. Bye.